That's precisely what Australia need. 34 to get. And the first ball is exactly what the doctor ordered for Australia. Michael Hussey is playing this with a very calm head.
Well, he's such a mixture of power, as we've seen with the sixes he hits, and then he'll do something with the finesse of this shot. He's got an unbelievable strike rate for a guy who wasn't known as a hitter just a few years ago.
Look where his runs have come from. 28, 19 behind square, 9 in front. I think he might be home here. Well, that's what Mitchell Johnson's got to do, run back as hard as he can, even though he's a mean striker himself.
Well, I think it's an indication that Mohamed Amir's worked out that he's got to keep full around off stump to Michael Hussey. There was a bit of hesitation from Mitchell Johnson, but I still think he was able to get home. Well, maybe not. Yep, I think he has. Part of the bat is in the air, but I think you'll find that some of it also is on the ground.
I think the area you need to look at is just under the shoulder of the bat as it crosses the crease. I think the hitting area might just be in the air, but I'd go so far as to say that there is a part of the bat that's grounded. Indeed, there was. Right, so 28 from 10. If they can bring it down to 14 or 15 of the last over, then they give themselves a decent chance. Michael Hussey pulled the chestnuts out of the fire here. Predetermined shot, but they're still running away. Down to third man for a couple. Drama of every ball now.
Well, the line is better from Mohamed Amir. I think the reason why Michael Hussey scored so many runs on the onside, that's where his power is. He's a very good player through the offside. He's a good cover driver, but he's probably only going to hit fours that way, whereas he feels like he can hit his sixes on the onside. So I think Amir's got to keep that sort of line going.
The third man is backward point, so maybe a cut is a boundary shot. What about this one? Just a single, or they'll come back to two. Always going to be two. They didn't particularly dart between the stumps. Right, 10 of the over, 24 needed. They really need a 6.
The other thing that happens, you can see Hussey just crouching down now. When you've got to run a few, as he's been forced to do, particularly in this sort of humidity, it just saps your strength a little bit. And that makes it a bit harder to hit sixes.
One of these has got to vanish for Australia to have a chance. Now he hasn't found a gap here, it's still running the deep. They'll come back for another 2, so it's normally a very good shot, but not quite enough for Australia at this stage. 12 of the over. Asking rate was 17 before it started, so they need a 6 to make it even a par over. 22 now needed from 7. Even though they're running off every ball, Pakistan are inching closer with every delivery that's bowled.
You can see Michael Hussey's a very fit cricketer, and he's puffing and blowing there a bit. It's really humid. With that sort of humidity, as I say, it just saps your strength just enough to make it harder to hit sixes.
This has to go for Australia. Can Amir keep it down? Yes, he can. That's running away, and into the boundary for 4. A welcome shot, but it keeps Hussey on strike. 16 from the over now, 18 from the last for Pakistan to get a place in the final. 174 for 7.
Once again, Michael Hussey getting it away through the onside, just out of reach of the diving fielder. Hussey's called for a drink. He's really working hard to try and get this victory. Many times as they can keep Hussey away from the strike in this over will be helpful to Pakistan.
Well, there are a couple of ways of looking at the fact that Hussey's off strike. One is that if you want to back someone to go over the ropes a couple of times consistently, you'd probably think Mitchell Johnson has the power to do it. But I don't think Hussey's just ordered a drink. I think he's ordered some time for himself, just to get his breath back. Now the umpires at some point will have a word with them to get this game going again. 18 of 6, and for Australia to have any chance of getting there, they need a blow very early in the over, just so that there's a little bit of pressure on the bowler. He does something stupid, maybe darts it down the leg side for wides. But the first ball has to go.
The other thing that Pakistan could do to do themselves a real favour is get a wicket. That would be a big favour to Pakistan.
Yes, you're the wickets man, aren't you? You'll also put Dirk Nannes in strike, because he'll be the next man in. Just a single. It's not a bad Yorker, fired in at leg stump. 17 from 5. You needed 3 of every ball. The first has produced a single.
Well, I think what he's got to do, Ajmal, he's got to get it outside off stump. I'm pretty sure that Hussey will be looking to swing it over the leg side field.
Oh, that has gone a long way. Very long way. If you could give 8 runs to a cricket shot, that would have been 8. Well, we're alive here. 11 to get from 4 balls. What a stunning run chase this has been from Australia.
Magnificent performance from Michael Hussey. It's in his slot though, it's short, and he likes to play that pull shot. He's standing deep in his crease because he wants to be playing off the back foot as much as possible.
Right, 11 from 4. Here's Ajmal. He's gone for it, now the fielder under it. There's nothing he can do, because that has gone as well. Michael Hussey gets to 50 from 22 balls. Is there anything that this man cannot do on the cricket ground? 5 from 3 now. Are they going to get there, Australia?
Well, they've just improved their chances enormously. Michael Hussey is playing the innings of his life here. This time he goes straight, not over the leg side. Tremendous hit. For a guy who wasn't known as a hitter probably 3-4 years ago, he's become a tremendous hitter.
Right now, all of a sudden, Hussey's going to say, oh look, I think it's possible here. Let me not do something stupid, but he's got to ensure that he keeps going in the same vein here. What's Ajmal going to do? Hussey goes for it, and just over the man at backward point. That's running away for 4. Pakistan are letting go of this match. It was sealed. They had the key to the safe, and they left the court behind for Australia to pick up. Scores are level with 2 to play. Michael Hussey.
That was a pretty poor effort, really. That in these circumstances, that had to be caught. But Australia suddenly, from looking down and out, are certainties. Michael Hussey, what an innings he's played. Strike rate of 234.
When you talk a champion side, you talk of finding a man for every occasion, every time in this tournament. Whether it was against Bangladesh, whether it was against Sri Lanka. When the wickets were down, this man came in. 54 from 23. Wow. The best Pakistan can get from here is the 1 over eliminator. A single will do. He does much more than that. Hussey has deposited that into the stands for Australia's most famous win ever in T20 cricket.
Well, that is unbelievably good hitting. Michael Hussey has hit 6 sixes and he hasn't mishit one of them. And to keep doing that under those circumstances is amazing hitting. And then there was a couple of finesse shots in amongst it. But I don't know that I've seen such good striking under that sort of pressure. Unbelievable.
This is a nightmare. Surely the Pakistan fans are waiting for the alarm clock to ring, to wake up in a sweat and discover that it all didn't really happen. But I'm afraid it did. We've seen one of the greatest T20 matches we will ever see.